Today we've invited Jasmine Harman, one of our regular customers, into NAHS Health Food Store. We are celebrating the National Association of Health Stores' 90th birthday.
I became vegan, it was about 7 years ago now, in 2014. I did the first ever veganuary, and it was just after I had become a mother for the first time. And so I wanted to breastfeed my baby. And I had this massive wake-up call about cows, that you don't just turn on a tap and suddenly they produce milk. Cows, like any mammal, have to have a baby in order to produce milk. And I was so upset by what I found out that I decided then and there I was going to go vegan. I'd been vegetarian most of my life before that because I didn't want to cause any harm to animals, and so it made sense to me. Do you know what? I've been going to health food shops since I was a tiny child because we were all vegetarian when I was growing up, and just going in to find those products that you can't find anywhere else. And obviously now the supermarkets have lots of different things, but they still don't have everything. So it's really nice to go and find things that, that no one else stocks. But also, what I really love is just being able to talk to a person who knows what they're talking about, ask their advice, ask for suggestions. And I've been here into NAHS so many times and asked, my daughter's got this ailment, what can I use that's a natural remedy? And just being able to have the time to talk to someone who really knows what they're talking about, that is one of my favourite things about coming into an independent health food shop. The one thing that I don't think I could live without, and I use a lot in my cooking, is the marigold Swiss bouillon, the vegan one.
It's so versatile, isn't it?
I literally use it in everything. That obviously along with different spices or different herbs depending on what you're cooking, but that's my go-to seasoning. In our house, spaghetti bolognese always goes down a treat with everybody, because some of the things that myself and my husband like to eat, the children don't want to eat, like spicy food or things that they think are a bit too weird. But we all love spaghetti bolognese, so we use a vegan mince. And the other thing that I really like about it is you can actually hide loads of veg in there. So usually I'll grate a carrot, I will mince up some mushrooms and some onions and garlic. I'll throw in some olives and some peas and some sweet corn. So by the time you've actually done all that, you've maybe got 10 different vegetables in there. Obviously, if you're wanting to make it quick and you don't have time, you don't have to. But it's a good way of getting loads of veggies into the kids, and they just think they're eating spaghetti bolognese. I think the biggest difference I've noticed is things like my skin. I think being on a plant-based diet is very good for anti-aging. I'm 117 really. I also think I feel like I've got a lot more energy, but I think it is also very easy to be a junk food vegan as well. So it depends on what you're eating. And normally I exercise a lot, I eat lots of whole foods, but lockdown hasn't been kind to my health because the gyms are all closed, and I think I've probably been, I've had my ups and downs with my emotions throughout lockdown, and I think, that I sometimes do emotionally eat rather than being really mindful. I sometimes do let my emotions get the better of my what's on my plate. My mental well-being has also really been affected by eating plant-based, because I feel like now my food choices really align with my ethics, and it just feels like a lot of good karma coming to me as well. So I think, as well as the you know, the physical benefits, there are also a lot of emotional and mental benefits as well.
I'll end by saying thank you, Jasmine, for sharing your inside knowledge and supporting NAHS, your local health food shop. It's been a real pleasure having you this evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, and happy birthday! Congratulations to the National Association of Health Stores on celebrating 90 years in the health food industry.